I used to think that making more money would solve all of my problems and bring me more total freedom. But now that I am financially stable, I actually track my spending more than I ever did when I was broke. It feels tighter. But here's the crazy part. I've never felt more free. It's a weird paradox, I know. When I had no money, I was a walking ball of stress. I'm sure you know the feeling. The constant weight of bills, the fear of an unexpected car repair. It's exhausting. It messes with your sleep, your mood, and everything. I used to lie awake dreaming of the day that I would have to nervously check my bank account balance before buying groceries. Well, that day is here now. I have a steady job and savings in the bank. But instead of popping champagne and buying things on a whim, I feel tighter. Like every dollar has a purpose. Every expense is tracked. And yet that dark cloud of anxiety that used to follow me around, it's gone. It's been replaced by an incredible sense of calm. I've learned that the link between money and happiness is way more psychological than I ever thought. And it really came down to three big changes in how I looked at everything. The first thing I had to do was completely change my definition of financial freedom. My old fantasy was about having so much money, I'd never have to think about it ever again. Just endless cash to buy whatever I wanted. But I've learned that real freedom isn't about having a bazillion dollars. It's about having control over the dollars that you do have. It's about being intentional. Back when I was broke, I had zero control. Money controlled me. Every paycheck that came in was already spoken for. The anxiety I felt was really just the feeling of total helplessness. Now, by tracking everything, I'm the one in charge. Knowing exactly where my money is going, even if it feels restrictive at first, gives me a sense of power I never had before. The goal shifted from chasing some impossible pile of cash to simply having control. The second big shift was learning to embrace what I call intentional scarcity. I know it sounds awful, but hear me out. It was the most liberating thing that I did. When you've truly been broke, you often get a scarcity mindset stuck in your brain. It's a nagging fear that you'll never have enough, and it just breeds more anxiety. So I decided to flip that idea in my head. Instead of living in fear of scarcity, I chose to create my own scarcity with a deliberate budget. By giving every single dollar a job, this is for bills, this is for savings, this is for fun, I created my own set of rules. And weirdly, those limits are exactly what set me free. Why? Because it gets rid of the guesswork and the guilt. I don't have to torture myself over small purchases anymore. If I want to grab a coffee, I don't do the stressful mental math. Trying to calculate my entire financial situation on the spot? No. I just look at my fun money in the budget. If the money's there, I can enjoy it. 100% guilt-free. Having a plan is like a buffer against life's little surprises, and it lets you actually sleep at night. The last and probably the most important change was making sure my spending actually lined it up with my values. When you're stressed about money, it's so easy to fall into a trap of mindless spending just to feel something. You get a little bit of dopamine hit from the new gadget or the trendy shirt, but it never lasts. Now, my budget forces me to ask one simple question before I buy something. Does this truly make my life better? And this isn't about being cheap. It's about being purposeful. I realized I couldn't care less about having the newest phone or a closet overflowing with new clothes. What I really valued are the things like weekend trips with people that I love, learning a new skill, or just my own peace of mind. So I started cutting back, hard, on the things that didn't matter. And I funneled that money toward the things that actually did. Spending money on my actual values gives me a deep sense of satisfaction that no impulse buying could ever compete with. And that's the heart of the paradox of being tighter and more selective with my money. I've built a life that feels intentionally richer and more carefree. This whole thing has been about progress, not perfection. It's a constant process of checking in with myself and what I want out of life. But man, it has completely transformed my relationship with money for the better. Let me know in the comments below if you think this would help you. Think about subscribing for more videos just like this. I release a new video every other day. So yeah, my finances feel tighter than I ever thought they would back when I was dreaming of being secure. But that tightness isn't a cage, it's a foundation. It's the structure that got rid of my anxiety and let me live a more present and truly liberated life. I've learned that ultimate freedom isn't about what you can buy. It's the peace of mind you get from knowing you're in control. Remember, stay thoughtful and stay stubborn.